From its inception to date in Zamfara State, the Agency for Community and Social Development Project has been funding a number of community development plans (CDP), each of which has a budgetary expenditure that does not exceed 10 million naira for any project required under any sector. Similarly, a mandatory presentation of 10% of the total cost of each project was always necessary and binding upon the community before CSDP could release its grant of 90% of the financial requirement. In a society that suffers lack of sense of belonging owing to acute awareness of the presence of any government in existence, be it military or civilian, coupled with poor impact or total absence of the fruits of democratic leadership with regard to realistic intent to ensure provision of infrastructural facilities to them as electors, the struggle for them is always a necessity for survival. Under this situation, the emergence of the Agency for Community and Social Development Project is a welcome development in Zamfara State. This was so largely because most of the benefiting communities had never before enjoyed the relief of having the facilities that they are now witnessing at their disposal in real sense of it through the CSDP. Construction or rehabilitation projects for modern block of classrooms for formal education, a library, academic staff quarters fully equipped with beddings and furniture, students' hostel, civic center, primary health center, clinic, medical staff quarters, boreholes with hand pumps, motorized boreholes with overhead tanks, deep open concrete wells, mini bridges, culverts, market stores, skills acquisition center, rural electrification, supply and installation of transformers, pit latrines, incinerators, drainages, orchard development, name it, you have it, with only a token of 10% of the total cost of each project you desire of the Agency for Community and Social Development Project. Going by its record of operation in Zamfara State, the agency has expended the sum of 285 million naira in the construction or rehabilitation of a total number of 259 projects for the benefit of communities across the 3 senatorial zones of the state. The General Manager Al-Hajj Muhammad Gusau has shed more light on these projects executed through the help of the agency's funding, sector by sector. The education sector, according to him, took the lion's share.
In the educational sector, the project has provided funding for 96 community macro projects at the cost of 258.5 million naira. In short, of the 259 macro projects, you see that education sector has 96 community macro projects representing 46.33%.
The significance of such projects in the lives of especially the rural communities are quite enormous. Several blocks of 2 to 3 classrooms, furniture, staff rooms, stores, toilets, library, staff quarters and students' hostels were successfully constructed or rehabilitated at Barakallahu. Kwanar ta gero. Gurufu. Ruwan gora. Ƙuran mota. Keta. Gamji. faro, ruwan bado, abarma, tofar magami, bakin zaji, gwargwabe, awala, daɗin zama, gave up. Bakin dutse. A bare. An gidan ato. could not explain the joy and relief the communities have experienced for accomplishing the project for the benefit of their children and enhancement of the condition of teaching learning environment. A cross-section of people have expressed their profound appreciation to the agency for initiating the ideal situation by which their dreams had at last come true.
Well, of course, it was built first of all by the government, and the school becomes so ruined like this or something look bad. So the CSDP came and renovated it. When it renovated it, it becomes so, the conducive becomes so, the atmosphere becomes very conducive. So we teachers and the children, we are now enjoying the conducive atmosphere that we have through the work of CSDP. Therefore, we thank this very much. Through that work, so we get the children more attendance of our children here.
We are hearing it over the radio, and we saw it by our naked eyes, the work of the CSDP. So that is why we said that we should be able to invite CSDP to come and help us, as we heard that she is helping the whole rest of the state. So that is why we invite CSDP to come and assist us. The whole school, CSDP help us to renovate the whole school block where we just are going to stay. The time that I come to this primary school, I met no school quarters. The classes are totally disappointed. So as we call CSDP to help us, so CSDP, the whole of the school compound, she renovated very fine.
In fact, this building is okay. I so much give thanks to people that have contributed enough to see that CSDP. In fact, may God bless them, because this has given enough opportunity for this community to be having a copper in this very place. In fact, without the help of CSPP, there will be nothing like copper, because there is no place for them to reside, and this building has been contributed a lot for them. Thanks for them.
Upon a look of these projects, and considering the socio-political and social backgrounds in which the people of this part of the African sub-region lives, it is only natural to realize that this was no easy task. What are the possible challenges faced by the agency before eventually realizing the set objectives in terms of its acceptability and patronage by the communities? Again, the General Manager, ZAMFARA State Agency for Community and Social Development Project, answered that it was indeed very much unlike the task of getting one's bread buttered.
The initial obstacles is not as a result of mobilization or sensitization of the communities, but we realize that there is low literacy level among beneficiaries, and there are a lot of processes and procedures that must be followed in order to have access to our funds. But we are able to overcome this obstacle by going to great lengths in publishing or printing materials in Hausa and in Ajami. So this challenge has been overcome. And another challenge that we're facing from communities is lack of capital resources. It's a must that any beneficiary community must contribute 10% of the entire community development plan cost. And the community development cost has a the last obstacle or challenge that the agency is facing has to do with government patronage. What I mean by government patronage has to do with the mandatory contribution and the necessary support by the state and the local governments. As I'm talking to you now, there is a backlog of payment of government contribution to the tune of 450 million naira that is outstanding against ZAMFARA state as far as this project is concerned. But unfortunately enough, government is responding, and I believe in a very short while the government will be able to redeem all the necessary contribution that is supposed to pay.
One thing is clear, that the impact of the agency for community and social development project eventually is very much in the hearts of every community, both rural and urban.